In today's world, students face an overwhelming challenge as they strive to secure a successful career after graduation. But no matter how hard they work, it seems like one thing remains constant: the pressure to gain experience. Students are told time and time again that a degree alone is no longer enough to land a full-time job. According to recent data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the employment population ratio for college students stands at 44.3%. This means that nearly half of students are balancing their studies with a paid job. Landing an internship has also become increasingly difficult. Students must compete for the limited opportunities available, which can be an exhausting process in itself. This documentary explores the struggles that today's students face as they attempt to balance academics, internships, and part-time jobs while trying to secure full-time employment in an increasingly competitive job market.
My name is Andrea. I'm a full-time student. Right now I have like 6 classes. Yeah. I have 2 jobs. I spent like a year trying to get a job. I had to do a lot of research and then going out and ask everyone if they could get me a job, like every store, every place that I could see. Like I just went there and asked and eventually I got a job. Yeah. Sometimes I even have to like do a lot of things in one day from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. to be able to finish all the things I should be doing in one day and the things that I wanted to do for myself. Now, like how do you call it? Like demand of jobs, it's way higher, and I feel like you have to compete with a lot of people. And for me, they grew up going to activities, classes, sports. They were in clubs. I wasn't. So for me, I feel like it's more difficult. I have to struggle twice, like double.
My name is Sam Castro and I'm a health science major. I worked part-time as a medical assistant at a neurology office. I didn't have previous medical assistant experience, but I have been a research assistant. So I just put my resume out there and eventually heard from a few places, got a few interviews, and then eventually got hired. It's a lot. I feel like I don't really have much of a social life. Currently, in the first year of my college experience, I wasn't working as hard, and so I had a really good social life, and I think that first year having that experience allows me now to not have to go out as much or do as many activities. I could just stay here and focus on my studies.
My name is Alex. I am a media production and management student in the sports track. I do not have a job currently. I feel like I do have an obligation to have a job as a student because I feel like I've been more behind. It almost feels like a form of FOMO in a way, where you see all these students that have all these connections already and you feel like you're stuck at square one wondering how am I going to be able to do that? How am I going to be able to network as well as they do? I do feel like it's way harder to get a job now. With the use of AI, I know a lot of jobs applications, they rely more on keywords and how AI sifts through them instead of how it normally used to be, where someone would physically look at it. I feel like there's more barriers you have to go through. I am pretty busy during the semester, but my only real day off would be Thursdays, where I don't have class and I only have an early morning volunteer thing I do.
My name is Madeline Acosta. I kind of do feel an obligation to have a job as a student. I think so many students do work, and so it kind of feels like if I'm not working, I'm not really doing enough. I feel like an internship kind of sets up a student for a job after college, and most companies are looking for students who have internship experience. So it definitely feels like a requirement instead of an option, but it's also hard to get an internship or even get an interview for an internship because it's almost like internship recruiters think you need some other requirements as well. Like if I don't have any previous experience, like I can't really get an internship either. If I'm going out later, I need to make sure my work is done at this time so that I have the time to do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to.
My name is Lindsay Hudock, and I am a senior instructor here at UCF and the program coordinator for the Advertising and Public Relations degree program. I think internships are critical for a student being prepared to enter the workforce and being an ideal candidate when it comes time for graduation. Your best time to explore how you want to exist in your intended field is through interning. You can learn what you like to do, but maybe more importantly, you can learn what you don't like to do. There are so many more paid internships than there were 5, 10, or 15 years ago, which is great. But I always like to caution students that the compensation or absence thereof should not be the most important factor. And for some students, you don't have the luxury of being able to accept an unpaid internship, and that is okay. But what I really want to encourage students to think about is the most important thing is, what are you going to get out of your internship? I think students who graduate with little to no experience on their resume are likely to struggle in most industries. I think we can all recognize that if given the opportunity to hire candidates with equal education, but somebody has 6 months worth of experience from 2 different internships, of course you might be more likely to be drawn to that person. My best advice to students who are worried about making that transition from student to professional is you have to start now. Show employers that you did more than just show up for classes and take tests and turn in assignments. Yes, those things are important, but those things are now the bare minimum.
After hearing the students' stories, it all comes down to one question. Is all the work that they're putting in really worth it?
I think students are juggling more now than maybe they ever have. Between classes and extracurricular activities, and you have to have a part-time job, and you're trying desperately to still have some sort of social life and maintain relationships with your families. It's a lot. It absolutely is. But I definitely think that it's worth it.
I hope that all the work that I'm putting in right now will be worth it, but it's hard to say. Like, it's hard to even know in our time right now whether that job's gonna be there for me when I get out of college, or whether I'm gonna have the adequate qualification for whatever job it's supposed to be. Like, okay, I have a degree, but that's not all that I need to have anymore.
I feel like it would pretty much help because, like I've already kind of mentioned, you have the in with the company, you know the people that work there, you know pretty much how to do some certain tasks that they give you.
Definitely, I do think it's worth it. It's a lot. Like, I feel like I don't really have much of a social life currently, but I think you have to. If you want to succeed in the future, you have to do things now to have more time off, like more downtime in the future. You have to work hard now.
I don't feel like it's a waste of time. Sometimes I do, because I could be like being an intern in another place, but I'm not like, oh, I shouldn't be working here. I have been working for like 3 years now, and I would love to have another job, but I'm not regretting my decisions. It's what I had to go with, and yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's it.